Right now, this is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Watson. Escaping the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns. York able to send this one through, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. All in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Well, here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Throwing is Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And, Charles, if you think about what this defense has had to prepare for, they're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3 and out. Something where the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one. You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep. Jackson on 1st down. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and in for the Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Ravens are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. Back to throw, Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 7 yards there and a first down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. They run again on first down, Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right?
And this is caught inside the 5.
Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, you know, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
J.K. Dobbins with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22.
He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And a short pickup to about the 25.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field, despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Rolling to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Not the first down play they wanted by any stretch of the imagination. An absolutely huge loss on the sack.
They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Jackson on 3rd and long from his end zone. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Pulled in at the 24.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return.
And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson. And he comes back with one complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Again, it's Watson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. From the red zone now, Watson. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Now Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
York able to send this one through.
And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's caught inside the 20.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins.
And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3 and leaves him with 4th and 1.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this will stay a 1-score game as the lead holds at 8.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. The laces aren't quite right. If he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch.
How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. To throw is Watson. Flushed out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
David Ajabo.
He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And the pressure gets to him again.
David Ajabo
dropping him for the second straight play. Might want to think about blocking him here on third down.
Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. And now Watson throws another interception.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49.
He'll set up to throw from the gun.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
Jackson running again. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain. One quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now Jackson.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further. 2nd down and goal. Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Browns are right back in this football game.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here, this deep in their own territory.
Right back to Njoku.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Watson looks to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Roquan Smith. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field, going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there. Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
2nd down. Here's an option right. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Flush to his right. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The Browns on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
46 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Watson's throw pulled in by Schwartz.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gritty play there. Put his nose down and got his guys a first.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain. So when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
To throw, Watson.
Forced out to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Watson to throw.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Completes to Njoku.
It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Now Watson.
This is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a two-point conversion. The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the two-point conversion to tie the ball game. And they don't get it. It's incomplete. They got the touchdown, could not, however, get the two-point conversion to cap it, and they're still down by a pair. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsom. And the Browns come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, like all great games, it came